Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead. This was going to be a long motherfucking haul. So I started keeping data then. So the data I have is from 2000 through now. And and I said more is better than less. And I'm not sure it's a language problem, but Isaac, Mark, Dan, no, Don. What the fuck's this guy's name? D-A-A-N. Is that Dan? Okay, and one more. Add your homework, because it's not enough. It's too light. And Max. And you can do that between now or the end of lunchtime. I got to read only some of them, and the rest of them I'll read at lunchtime. Now, you heard our distinguished speaker last night mention 2 or 3 times, and I've mentioned it 2,000 or 3,000 times. Familiarity breeds contempt. And vis-a-vis the current climate the last 10 or 12 years with woke and political correctness, that has been exemplified even more than before. And I said last night, and I've been saying the last 10 or 15 years, you would rather be liked than effective. And that's generally across the population, whether you're just out of high school or university, or you're 45 years old and a senior manager, or you own a company. And so the last almost full generation, a generation is about 20 years, we've had what Elon Musk and a few others and myself have concluded is the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. And when Trump came in and did away with those programs, amongst many, many other things, that's not one of the ones he made a mistake on. And the fact that even Facebook, Zuckerberg, did away with their program, the diversification, program, et cetera. And one of the major universities, I believe it's Harvard, is fighting the government. The QLA seminar is not just a seminar. It is a blueprint for creating generational wealth as fast as humanly possible. I teach you how to turn nothing into millions, billions, and even trillions. If you want to take control of your life, to create a legacy that lasts for generations, the time is now. Do not wait for the right moment. The right moment is this moment. Be bold, be selfish, be ruthless, and take no prisoners. I will still do seminars, but I won't be able to do this forever. Act now or not at your own peril. Thank you very much. There was a study done about, 18, 20 months ago. That said as many as 60% of the people in the Fortune 1000, this is America, it's worse in other parts of the world, have been promoted not based on merit. Some of you in the real world know that already. And it's especially conspicuously obvious in the military. It will take a generation to undo that. It will never be undone effectively, like it was after World War II, when it was 100%. You used to get I wasn't there, but my dad was there. You used to get some special dispensation for being a veteran. In addition to the GI Bill, which is the bill that most veterans after World War II built a house, etc., went back to school. I had the GI Bill when I got back, not to build a house, because the GI Bill was never big enough for even my first house to help me build a house. But it did give me, I think, $600 a month, I think, and that was for up to 8 years, and I finished in 16 months. So I didn't even use much of the GI Bill for education. But when I got back from the military, they spit on us from the Vietnam War. instead of thank you for your service. By the way, I want to thank everybody for their service that has served. Congratulations. I'm glad you're here. Now, we used to give veterans and active duty military special perks to come to the seminar. That program failed. Both programs failed. We used to give minorities. And then we had trouble, who's a minority? But that program failed. We used to give kids in that haven't got, still in junior high school and high school, special deals. That program has succeeded. And the biggest difference between a 13, 14, 15-year-old normally is they don't have as much baggage as you do. They've been fucked up enough. They don't have scar tissue. And scar tissue vis-a-vis the QLA program, if you have too much scar tissue, there's a kind of a happy medium. But if you have no or little scar tissue, like you're a kid, 13, 14 years old, you normally succeed because you do exactly what the program says to do. You don't think about it. Most of you are going to think about it and spreadsheet it. And I'm already telling you, one of you did your homework on a spreadsheet, Isaac. The last time I used a computer, they called it Lotus 123, the equivalent of a spreadsheet. That was a long time ago. Some of you, does anybody remember Lotus 123? Okay. 2, 3, the older guys. But that's the last time I did that. That's the last time I used the computer for an analysis to look at transactions. And I just read some emails from some of my current mentees where I'm privileged to be their chairman. I'm surprised they haven't listed, the kind of underwear the owners own or wear. Because most of the analysis that you learn in schools or in books or on podcasts are not the things to look at. We're going to show you the 4 or 5 numbers to look at. And when you get good, hopefully sooner than later, you'll be able to go through deals or potential companies that you think you want to acquire like shit through a goose. When you look at Nelly later on this week and how he does it, he not looks at and visits between 25 and 30 companies a week. A week. And I already said last night that he goes to personal assistants or executive secretaries, whatever you want to call it, like shit through a goose. And he burns them out. They say, like Roberto Duran, no mas. Roberto Duran gave me those gloves over there, those white gloves. No mas. I can't take it anymore. And they leave. Before woke, my advice to the guys that go out there and run towards the gunfire, I've always said, but you don't have to fire incompetent people. They'll quit if you really drive them hard. I mean, really hard. And that program didn't work because the kids, I'd have to give another course on how do you drive people hard. What is hard? Even at your own companies that you've worked at, or including your own, at 5 o'clock you get run down at the door. 5 o'clock, assuming that's a quitting time. You get trampled to death, just like I got trampled by a big 3,000-pound buffalo many years ago. You get trampled to death. When we were the fastest growing energy company in the world, back in the day, in 9 years in 1 month, I think, maybe it was 9 years in 1 week, not one single of our employees put in for overtime. Not one single. And the average work week, even they got paid for 40 hours, was 55 to 57 hours a week, and they only got paid for 40. And nobody put in for overtime. because they understood, but all the employees were shareholders of the company. All, several thousand. And they realized that the company's share price was directly related to them. And we'll talk about that later in the week. And if some young guy who just got out of college or high school was working to try to put in for overtime, the other employees had a heart-to-heart talk with him and explained to him or her that why overtime wasn't a good deal. Now, we're going to start at the back corner, this young man. My name is Rufus Doofus. I'm 14 years old. I come from bumfuck Alabama. I tried QLA and I failed, or I didn't try QLA. And my business, we won a 30 to 90 second little miniature or abbreviated resume about you. Go ahead and start.
My name is Alexey Kirill. I'm from Russia, St. Petersburg. I'm the owner of the company. I'm on the company 2013. The main service is we deliver oversized cargo for gas and oil companies, B2B sector, some plants. We deliver to hard to reach points, to the minings. No, that's all. I don't use a QLA. Right now we have a big rate, so I don't know how it will be effective in my country. But I expect, I see that M&A deals, it's growing another level. It's very more faster will be. So that's why I will be, or maybe wait when the rates will be low, or maybe I can choose another options of my profit in the company. So I try to find out what is the best way to expand my company.
Well, I can tell you I did QLA for 10 years in Russia. I can tell you it works. And there's several different things that, that's not good English. There's several things that differentiate the Russian brain from everybody else. They understand fucking orders, because the alternative, if you don't do it, something happens to you. Okay, number one, they understand. Number two, they like money. And you can start this with no money. And the people that are 57 to 59, which is our sweet spot for age for motivated sellers, there's a bunch of them. And there's very few people doing QLA. There's no competition. Now, QLA is quantum leap advantage. There's no competition anywhere, really. But there's reverse competition in Russia. It's like a bird's nest on the ground. There's a few places in the world that are like that. That's one. Next, sir. Thank you.
My name is RJ Morelli. I'm 43 years old, and I live in Conifer, Colorado. I'm grandson of a World War II veteran and son of a Vietnam veteran. At the age of 20, I moved 1,000 miles away from home to create my own life. I raced off-road motorcycles across the U.S., hunted elk and mountain lion off horseback, and bought my dream home at the age of 40. I'm currently stuck in the woke 9-to-5 workforce, surrounded by underachieving coworkers. I work in the commercial real estate industry. I'm willing to listen, learn, and take action from Mr. Peña's teachings, and I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. I thought, what main city are you near?
Denver.
Denver. Well, to get to the Denver airport, you go up Peña Avenue, if you remember. No relation to me. He was former Secretary of Commerce or something. But there are some rich Peñas. It's just not me. Okay. But I thought all of Colorado was Shangri-La. You know, you buy your dream house, but several of our mentees start in Colorado. I should say, have started in Colorado, but moved away Because when you learn day after tomorrow, the hub and spoke method of management, you're the hub wherever you are, and the spoke is no longer than 2 or 3 hour drive from where you live to manage in the beginning, the first couple of years. And so you can have, 15, 20 acquisitions, and 15, 20 stretching anybody. 5 or 6 you can manage, and by that time, you will have found, God willing, Allah willing, the devil willing, found a future potential manager in one of the acquisitions that you have made to alleviate you managing everything. Okay, next.
Good morning. My name's Naveed Hussain. I'm from a place called Manchester in the UK, and I'm 58 years old. We run 3 care homes in 140 beds across the 3 homes. We've been doing it since 1990. Very quickly we expanded within 2 or 3 years and got 3 homes and 100 flats. After 1990 we didn't really expand, so I've just been firefighting for the last 30 years, and hence I'm here to learn how to.
When I had one-on-one with him, I told him, well, maybe I'll learn something, because you've been in care homes longer than I have. And he has the sweet spot you're going to learn is about 35 or 40 beds per unit. And he said, this one has 36, this one has 40, this one 40. So by serendipity, he has the right number. And all of his business, or almost all of his business, is contract, government contract, being the council. Correct? Okay. But his homes are not fully occupied. And so and it's not going to be easier for him, but I don't have to explain to him about why 60% of my portfolio is in healthcare. Like most people say, why in healthcare? And I'll just repeat what I told you. When I started this, and I told Rick Scott, the current senator from the great state of Florida where I was born, healthcare was growing at 3% a year, worldwide. And we had about 5 billion people on the planet then. And it's growing at almost 30% a year as I sit here on my fat ass in this chair, worldwide. Because people live longer. People are more wealthy, contrary to what the CNN and CBS and BBC tell you, and they have money to spend. More countries are like the UK, where they have a national health service, so it's available to more people. It's also, unfortunately, the negative of a national health service like here in Britain is that the migrants come, we give them a house, we give them an income, we give them free health service. Why wouldn't you come? I mean, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you come? And a few of them ever get a job. And so in this particular area, Dundee is the drug capital of Europe, just 22 miles up the road here. And so the local council, the government agency, gives them money and feeds their drug problem. They don't need food, they get free food, et cetera, et cetera. But he's in the right place. Yes, sir, next.
My name is Dan van Heijst, 28 years old. I come from the Netherlands, Amsterdam. 4 years ago was the first time when I saw a clip about a QLA. Next day I went through all the stuff and I decided that perception is reality was the only thing which was important for me. So I bought a few suits and a car, drove to the south of Spain and been trading and selling crypto for the last 4 years. First quarter of this year I lost all my investors and 8 figures, so I decided to come here to learn a new blueprint, and I appreciate it to be here.
40% of the Hall of Shame are Dutch. Thieving is in their DNA. Since they started the first stock exchange in 1535, the first burst, as it's called, and they never look back. It's something, if you think you got a good deal from a Dutchman, you got fucked. They invented the opposite of win-win situation. Are you giving me? Okay, thank you. Next.
Volker Kortold, 46 years old from Germany. I run a couple of mold removal and waterproofing companies. Founded 2013 and have acquired 2 other companies in the last couple of years. And I'm just feeling in the start of the QLA process, very keen on getting to know the methodology and getting things done.
You don't have to get to know the methodology too much. If you get to know the methodology too much, as I probably alluded to last night, the two longest programs we've had are 12 and 13 years. It took them from the time that they left here to the time that they did their first deal, 12 and 13 years. One was a rich Austrian who was part of the Habsburgs, if I remember correctly, and somebody brushed his teeth for him, okay? The other one was a German rocket scientist, and you don't need to know it too well. And the industry that you decide to go in, whether it's the industry that you're already in, which a lot of people do, I don't necessarily recommend that, and during the week you'll understand why, but you don't want to know. I knew nothing about oil and gas. I'm considered an expert now because it's 40 years ago. And I still don't know too much because I'm not an engineer, a geophysicist. I said that last night. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Anthony. I come from Bakersfield, California. I've been following Dan since 2019, and it took me 2 years to complete my first QLA acquisition. Since then, I've acquired...
In what industry?
It is assisted living facilities in California. So since the first acquisition in 2021, I've acquired 5 in total, where we take care of 120 individuals. And this is my first time attending QLA seminar. My goal is to continue to grow through the QLA methodology. Okay. Thank you.
Now, because many of you have already started networking, I already told you that last night, for those of you that think you want to go into healthcare, and it might be assisted living, you're going to gravitate towards him and Mr. Hussein. Wrongfully. You'll understand better in a couple of days why. Okay? They're in the right place at the right time, but since 2019, I have guys that since 2019 have done 50 deals. 48, I'm exaggerating. That's a Trump exaggeration. 48. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Mark Uretsky. I'm living in different places right now, moving to Thailand, Bangkok. At 34 years old. I can generate this year about 1 million as a personal income, but there is a problem that there is no exit strategy for personal income, and leverage is also a problem. So I want to try QLA. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Sir.
Hi, I'm Isaac Theophilus. I'm 38 years old. I live in Devon in UK. I am a nurse by background, and I specialize in care home industry in the UK. I have 2 care homes now. I'm going through the 3rd deal now and want to continue to grow and provide good care too.
And he is a nurse by training, if I remember correctly. And he, unlike many of the care home owners, wants to give them the best compassionate kind of care possible. The industry doesn't suffer from that too much, because the more compassionate you are, normally the less money you make. So there's a dichotomy there. Sir. EJ? There we go. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Nigut Octavian. I'm from Romania. I have worked as a stockbroker and an analyst for the past 7 years. I'm 31 years old. I live in Bucharest, Romania. I have tried QLA in the past 2 years. My first deal collapsed because I didn't follow methodology to the letter. And I'm here for the first time at the seminar, and this time I want to do it exactly as Mr. Peña would say to do it. Thank you.
Sir.
Hi, I'm Jamie Simpson. I'm from the UK. I came here 10 years ago and I tried QLA, and that's why I failed QLA, because you don't try it. You either do it or you don't do it. I didn't have a clue about acquisitions or anything like that. I just saw Mr. Peña on the podcast, came to the seminar a month or so later, and my head was exploding. So despite not following the steps and despite not having a clue what I was doing, I've done 6 deals since then, very small deals, of which I exited and taken equity in 20 odd other companies, but nothing on the level that the QA methodology is meant to teach you. So I've come back here to get my head screwed on right again and execute properly and create some proper wealth.
And as I explained last night, when you see the system and how you start about $1 million, whatever, and then you build up to 3 or 4 million, and by the time you've done 8 or 10 deals, you created for you equity about between 5 and 8 million. And then you can use that to leverage up. And then many of the guys and girls are buying hospitals, etc., with the equity they've built up. Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Arthur. I'm 23 years old. I just graduated college. I started QLA less than a year ago. Currently, I'm closing my first deal on September 1st. I have my board and accountants, lawyers. I grew up in California for most of my life and recently moved to Phoenix.
In what industry?
Home services, electricians, and HVAC.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, next.
Good morning. My name is Donnell Wright. I'm from New York. I'm 28 years old. I'm a self-taught hacker, an early adopter to Bitcoin. Recently, I lost my entire net worth, and I had my own company and tried to apply the QLA steps, and I failed, and I was pushed out by my billionaire partner, and the company ended up failing. And now I'm looking to acquire cybersecurity firms in the private sector.
We're going to teach you how not to get pushed out if you follow the steps. And but many of you won't follow the steps. No, I'm not going to beat that anymore right now. I beat it all week, but well, thank you. Next.
Morning. Scott Obajinsky from Houston, Texas, 22 years old. After about 4 years in the car industry as a mechanic and a grunt, I got fed up with being in the blue-collar force and taking orders from other people. Decided to come to QLA and willing to do anything I can to be 5'9", 140 pounds of twisted steel and panther piss.
That's a very Texas comment. I used to be in the used car business while I was still going to graduate school. So I was never a mechanic, but I wasn't smart enough to be a mechanic, as I was told many times. Next.
Matt, 33, from New York, moved to Florida, left everything in New York, did one creative deal backwards. Seller paid me to take the business. Chairman tried to fuck me. I'll do multi-7 figures in EBITDA this year. I intend to do many more than that following the seminar. I'm in AI, fintech, and small business banking, and I am decimating the sector and rolling it up.
Thank you.
David, 41, living in Australia, currently working as a radiologist and looking to transition to the healthcare industry.
Well, you're in the healthcare.
In business.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. Sir.
Gentlemen, my name is Christopher. I'm 26 years old. I have a small company in commercial janitorial services. I've only learned about QLA about 2 months ago, and I'm just here to learn as much as I can.
Janitorial, we have, you're going to actually listen to brothers that started in janitorial, and now they roll up everything from light bulbs to toilet paper to house maintenance, etc. Thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Mariusz. I'm 51. I came from London. I tried, before I came here, I started talking to different businesses, but now I realize they are a little bit too small. And my main goal is to figure out the industry. So I'm working in data center industry, which is hot industry, but I'm looking for something less consolidated. So that's my main goal for being here.
One of the benchmarks that you're going to learn, just like 40 is a benchmark in healthcare, 5 employees or more are the benchmarks for any, no matter what industry, 5 or more. And we'll explain why. Sir.
Good morning. My name is Dawood Mahmood. I'm from London, UK. I'm a project manager in IT, and I haven't started implementing the QLA methodology yet.
Okay. Sure.
Hello, my name is Tomasz Baginski. I came from Poland, Warsaw. I'm on everyday basis a trainer, and I also own a boutique publishing company. And I came here for a different mindset.
Sir.
My name is Renato. I'm an American, but I'm currently living in Uruguay. Ex-soldier, ex-wine shop owner, ex-dipshit. Here to just get my ass right.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Max. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Finland, and I'm currently a student, and I haven't started the process yet.
Sir.
Michael De Palma, age 33. Currently living in Arlington, Virginia, coaching athletes in wrestling. And got turned on to QLA about a year ago when I had quit my job. And, honestly, at first, didn't really want anything to do with it. Didn't think it was for me. But as I kept listening, it grew on me. And I had to book myself to come here and couldn't miss it.
We have a diverse group from a lot of different places. All the places that you're from, it's possible. It's not easy, but it's easier on several levels, one of which you don't have to have any money. For those of you that have done deals, one of the first questions they ask you is, who's putting up the fucking money? Why don't you have skin in the game? And they say it several different ways, but it's not required at all. You may choose to step over that line, but you don't have to. And the more fucked up the world gets, the more afraid, as I said last night, the sellers get. They're looking to a succession plan. You were told to watch 2 programs on TV, which we'll talk about later. One was Billions, and the other one was Succession. And that's how it is. And the Succession, it's cutthroat at a much lower level. You don't have to have, if I remember correctly, he had about 70 billion in revenue. And he was fighting with his brother. But you don't have to have those. I mean, you can have 7 million in revenue. And it's just cutthroat at a smaller level. And in Billions, I mean, they play hardball. And you guys are not even breakfast for them. You'll be able to fight if you choose to fight. But not all of you choose to fight. The last example I'm going to put on filming here. About 10 years ago, I had a superstar, I thought, and he was first in this, and he was all his life academically and athletically, he had succeeded. And he's walking down Piccadilly in London, and he passes a Starbucks. Now, there's a gazillion Starbucks in Piccadilly, but he passes a Starbucks walking towards the Ritz. And he sees his chairman his CEO and his CFO sitting at a booth. Now, I know what I would have done. But he just walked by with his tail between his legs to meet somebody at the Ritz. It was part of, he wanted, a lot of wealthy people go to the Ritz for coffee and drinks. And the deal was taken away from him. And he's currently selling Madras shirts in Tallahassee, Florida. But we're going to show you what to do, not just in that case, and what to do vis-a-vis the contracts that you're going to sign, articles of incorporation, that kind of thing. What to do. Whether you do them or not is up to you. But if you don't do them and then you get thrown out on your ass, don't be calling Kim. Remember, she tells me, such and such is on the phone. Give me his file. I review your homework, because we keep stats. I review, I remember the moron asked 4 million questions. I'm busy. Okay, go fuck yourself, YouTube.